Kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonan's intuition.
We've searched all this time for this. A place devoid of life. Devoid of any future.
With this, we'll definitely go beyond the stars.
Give up this hopeless voyage.
Freya?
We can be together. Here. Forever. Don't leave. Stay here with me.
Where is Freya?
So, what shall my lens capture today?
Anguish. Turmoil. Regret.
No! Perspective comes down to composition.
Only a photograph can capture unexpected beauty.
I believe we found the answer.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Marcel, a photographer.
And Clamar! Yes, we are one. We capture art's every moment. Balanced composition. Perfect lighting. Art at its finest.
Despite the overflowing emotions, I still feel something is missing.
Then look outward through my lens.
Perhaps I need to look inward.
The letter, sir.
It's time to seek new inspiration.
Magnificent! But it's not what you're after, right?
My admiration has never been confined to what's on the surface.
Focus! Capture!
Perhaps art isn't about perfection. Sometimes, art is the unexpected.
Who knew imperfection could create such beauty?
It seems our hero has found a new interpretation of art.
Amen. Art can be expressed in many forms, after all.
House Taxley.
We share the same blood, yet walk on opposite paths.
I don't mind leading the Paxleys from a rise.
to a fall. It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot both.
I'm bound, I know, be it family or destiny.
Didn't your mother ever tell you, never get too close to needles?
An artist's work is never finished.
Solace. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Solace! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Solace. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonin's intuition.
We've searched all this time for this. A place devoid of life. Devoid of any future.
With this, we'll definitely go beyond the stars.
Give up this hopeless voyage.
Freya?
We can be together. Here. Forever. Don't leave. Stay here with me.
Where is Freya? Against the endless void, my light will cut through the darkness!
So, what shall my lens capture today?
Anguish. Turmoil. Regret.
No! Perspective comes down to composition.
Only a photograph can capture unexpected beauty.
I believe we found the answer.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Marcel, a photographer.
And Clamar! Yes, we are one. We capture art's every moment. Balanced composition. Perfect lighting. Art at its finest.
Despite the overflowing emotions, I still feel something is missing.
Then look outward through my lens.
Perhaps I need to look inward.
The letter, sir.
It's time to seek new inspiration.
Magnificent! But it's not what you're after, right?
My admiration has never been confined to what's on the surface.
Focus! Capture!
Perhaps art isn't about perfection. Sometimes, art is the unexpected.
Who knew imperfection could create such beauty?
It seems our hero has found a new interpretation of art.
Amen. Art can be expressed in many forms, after all.
House Taxley.
We share the same blood, yet walk on opposite paths.
I don't mind leading the Paxleys from a rise to a fall.
It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot both.
I'm bound by be it family or destiny.
Didn't your mother ever tell you, never get too close to needles?
An artist's work is never finished.
愚かなる弟よ。
みんな、渦巻きナルトが帰ってきたぞ。
飛来神の術。
俺ってば父ちゃんを越す火影になる。
愚かなる弟よ。子供騙しが余ってます。
行くぜ。これが俺たちの力だってばよ。
Solace. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Solace! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Solace. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonan's intuition.
We've searched all this time for this. A place devoid of life. Devoid of any future.
With this, we'll definitely go beyond the stars.
Give up this hopeless voyage.
Freya?
We can be together. Here. Forever. Don't leave. Stay here with me.
Where is Freya? My light will cut through the darkness!
So, what shall my lens capture today?
Anguish. Turmoil. Regret.
No! Perspective comes down to composition.
Only a photograph can capture unexpected beauty.
I believe we found the answer.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Marcel, a photographer.
And Clamar! Yes, we are one. We capture art's every moment. Balanced composition. Perfect lighting. Art at its finest.
Despite the overflowing emotions, I still feel something is missing.
Then look outward through my lens.
Perhaps I need to look inward.
A letter, sir.
It's time to seek new inspiration.
Magnificent! But it's not what you're after, right?
My admiration has never been confined to what's on the surface.
Focus!
Captured!
Perhaps art isn't about perfection. Sometimes, art is the unexpected.
Who knew imperfection could create such beauty?
It seems our hero has found a new interpretation of art.
Amen. Art can be expressed in many forms, after all.
House Taxley.
We share the same blood, yet walk on opposite paths.
I don't mind leading the Paxleys from a rise to a fall.
It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot both.
I'm bound by be it family or destiny.
Didn't your mother ever tell you, never get too close to needles?
An artist's work is never finished.
ナルトが帰ってきたぞ。
飛来神の術。
俺ってば父ちゃんを越す火影になる。
愚かなる弟。子供騙しか。アマテラス。
行くぜ。これが俺たちの力だってばよ。
Solace. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Solace! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Solace. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonan's intuition.
We've searched all this time for this. A place devoid of life. Devoid of any future.
With this, we'll definitely go beyond the stars.
Give up this hopeless voyage.
Freya?
We can be together. Here. Forever. Don't leave. Stay here with me.
Where is Freya?
So, what shall my lens capture today?
Anguish. Turmoil. Regret.
No! Perspective comes down to composition.
Only a photograph can capture unexpected beauty.
I believe we found the answer.
Allow me to introduce myself. I am Marcel, a photographer.
And Clamar! Yes, we are one. We capture art's every moment. Balanced composition. Perfect lighting. Art at its finest.
Despite the overflowing emotions, I still feel something is missing.
Then look outward through my lens.
Perhaps I need to look inward.
A letter, sir.
It's time to seek new inspiration.
Magnificent! But it's not what you're after, right?
My admiration has never been confined to what's on the surface.
Focus! Capture!
Perhaps art isn't about perfection. Sometimes, art is the unexpected.
Who knew imperfection could create such beauty?
It seems our hero has found a new interpretation of art.
Amen. Art can be expressed in many forms, after all.
Minos Taxley.
We share the same blood, yet walk on opposite paths.
I don't mind leading the Paxleys from a rise to a fall.
It is better to be feared than loved, if you cannot both.
I'm bound by be it family or destiny.
Didn't your mother ever tell you, never get too close to needles?
An artist's work is never finished.
愚かなる弟よ。
みんな、渦巻きナルトが帰ってきたぞ。
飛来神の術。
俺ってば父ちゃんを越す火影になる。
愚かなる弟よ。子供騙しか。アマテラス。
行くぜ。これが俺たちの力だってばよ。
Solace. The kid says demons have invaded the border. Solace! It's been far too long. We got a new Leonin in the squad. He reminds me of you. Hey, Solace. That kid's grown a lot stronger. No one looks down on him now.
Hey, kid! Kid! This is the end of my journey. The road ahead. I'll leave it to you, kid. I'm sure you'll be a great warrior. Call it in old Leonin's intuition.
We've searched all this time for this. A place devoid of life. Devoid of any future.
With this, we'll definitely go beyond the stars.
Give up this hopeless voyage.
Freya?
We can be together. Here. Forever. Don't leave. Stay here with me.
Where is Freya? My light will cut through the darkness!
So, what shall my lens capture today?
Anguish. Turmoil. Regret.
No. Perspective comes down to composition.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. You guys are watching the Accession League 2026, back again with another banger games. Now, new day, new teams, not the new teams, but here, hey, the teams are still trying to get to the top ones. This is your caster Peachy, and I'm joined by Sarah today. But before I ask you questions, Sarah, this tournament is presented by Revoxa, hosted by Solace, and in collaboration with Teams One Newsroom and MTL Management, of course, presented by our Vista. With that, Sarah, a warm welcome to you. Hello, how are you feeling today?
Hello, and I do apologize for not being more present here, which I would have loved to be even before, but yeah, life happens. But other than that, tonight I am loving it here, and I am pretty sure that there are two amazing best of threes coming up our way. The first one, people might say that it is not that interesting, but of course the second one is going to be a very important one, because if Autobots takes the win, they will go straight up to the top 4 and CRQ will be the ones eliminated.
Let's see what is it going to be. But talking about today's match, it's going to be Darwin's game versus K9. Now, yesterday we had a banger performance coming in from K9. They did win up in a 2-1 manner, but today what is it going to be? So far we have been seeing K9, they really had a 2-0, but yesterday was a bit of a challenge but today will Darwin's game be a challenge for them? Are they ready for it? Because Darwin's game, as of now, they are onto the lower board of the leaderboard, so that means they will have to capture as many points as possible in these few days left in the round robin.
Exactly, so let's see now. The first game will be beginning in another 50 seconds, PG, and definitely K9 is one of the top 2 teams right now, and if they get a clean sweep, they'll be at the top of the leaderboard, and they will also be taking away that spot towards the playoffs. DG though, it's very unfortunate for me to say, but I don't think that they will be qualifying even if they take a 2-0. So I guess this is one of those games where the players just go in for that, a very serious, grim practice kind of gameplay, and that's what we'll get to see.
Let's see if that's going to be the case or not. 2-1 or 2-0, ladies and gentlemen. Do make your prediction. Would love to see what kind of gameplay are you expecting from your favorite teams. And with that, I would love to see the draft tonight from the side of K9. I do believe we will be looking forward to the Bakshia ban. It has always been 100% ban rate, but not today. Look at that. Darwin's game today onto the blue side, already off with the Marcel. Now again, into the hands of Jazz. Yesterday Marcel was absolutely 10 on 10. Today they knew Darwin's game that's gonna happen again, so that's a ban.
said, they have read into each other's draft quite a lot of times. These two teams are also very frequent scrim partners as well, so they know their strategies pretty well. And of course, the Dushan and the Freya are the standard bans coming in from the red side. You do not want to be missing out on those two. Valentina, Guinevere, as well as Marcel, respect bans for Jazz, Silver, and Peekaboo right there. So we'll see what the first pick is going to be. Quite possibly, it could be the Phoveus or the Sora. We know the Phoveus can counter the Sora if K9 decides to pick, but then again, it is a bit situational, so we might even see a YSS into the jungle.
Highly possible, but at the same time, YSS being a bit of a gamble right here. I feel like Darwin's game or even K9 Esports can pick it up, and we have players whose signature hero is YSS, but not going for the YSS. Interestingly, we do have a Harley. Now, Harley though, Darwin's game are trying to play a little bit of an early game, and I do believe they're gonna pair it up with a Claude. But will K9 Esports give that hero away or not?
That is going to be the main point, because Misery is one of those players who loves the pure marksman towards the goal lane, especially the Claude and the Moskov, his two signature heroes for over the years, as we have seen. So we'll see what K9 decides to do here. They could of course pick up the Sora, but okay, they're going in for the classic Kalia and the Yisun and the Lunox most probably on towards the mid lane. If not, the Yisun is going to be a Zaytian and a Farsa. So we'll see what they decide to go in for here. Maybe DG will be the ones to pick up the Sora in this case, or Deadly could still go in for that Yuzhong towards the EXP, which is one of his signatures. If not that, onto the mid lane, we can see Zaytian, and for the roam, which I do think that DG should not pick up now, because that would be giving away too much of their strategy, don't you think?
That's true, but at the same moment, I do want to see Darwin's game. One last pick. What is it going to be? Now they can deploy a marksman right here, or try to pick up an EXP and try to intimidate Team K9 Esports. But I do believe, yep, that's gonna be the case. It looks like they're gonna go in for an early EXP pick. Now that's gonna be an Uranus. Now that is kind of interesting to see though, despite there being Lapu Lapu open, the Arlet open, still going for the Uranus pick. What is Darwin's game cooking up tonight?
I feel like they just want to deny that Uranus pick towards the side of K9 Esports, and also the fact that Uranus does manage to zone out the Yisun at least up until the 7th or 8th minute mark, which is when the Yisun power spike really shows up into the games. So that is one of the strategies, and also the fact that Deadly is a bit more proficient onto the EXPs, which deal more damage instead of just, stand and be the punching bag of the team. But even then, it's quite a decent draft coming in from both the teams so far. Heavy onto the magic side for the side of DG to, maximize the deadly magic coming in from the Harley's ultimate, as well as K9 Esports here. They already have banned out the 4th hero, which is going to be the Badang. Definitely denying Paji of one of his heroes, and maybe the Groff would be their last ban, quite possibly. And for the side of DG, they will be taking out the Phoveus. Of course, Adam Bush loves playing that hero towards the EXP, and quite possibly the Sora would be their last ban.
Phoveus out of the way. That means Harriet might jump into the goal lane as well. As of now, I feel like Darwin's game are waiting to see what kind of a goal lane K9 Esports are going forward to, and then try to go as a counter or possibly a pro counter as well. But yep, Claude out of the way, and carry so far not being picked up by either of the sides. Darwin's game, they do have a Chan, and on top of that, but Misery onto the carry. Not good performance so far we have seen in the Accession League 2026.
Let's just give him the benefit of doubt, because he has performed onto the Moskov and the Claude, and even the, fighter goal laners, some of them. So, Mr. Admiral of Battle of Jhansi from 1857, he's looking quite decent towards that goal lane in terms of performance. But other than that, we have an Esmeralda towards the EXP or maybe the gold lane this time from the side of K9. And like you mentioned, it is going to be Misery who picks up the carry this game around. So quite possibly they are looking for that pickup kind of comp, and we might see a Kaja into the roam position coming in from the side of DG. That would work perfectly well with the Harley and the carry. But for the side of K9, what is going to be their last pick, PC?
One last pick coming in, and they here marksman, or I feel like YS's goal lane is like very low chance as of now. So I do believe something like a Harith might come up since the 4vs is already off. But what about something unique though? I do want to see something unique coming up from K9 tonight.
I mean, let's see what's possible. It quite possibly they could send the Accession towards the goal lane, because Funny Valentine can play that towards the goal side, and Silver can go in for a Suyo towards the jungle. So that is quite a possibility here. Even the Leo mod would work in the jungle because you. Oh no. Okay, fine. They're making. Okay, I get this. It's gonna be an Esmeralda towards the EXP and a CC into the gold lane. Carrie should have a winning lane at least till she gets the DHS, but let's see what happens in the first 10 minutes of the game.
That's true. In the early game, Darwin's game might have an easy way, but K9 Esports, as for the last few days we have seen them, they are not interested onto the early game. Now Silver onto that YSS will be out farming. Now K9 Esports will love to give space to Silver as quickly as possible, but for the side of Team Darwin games, they tend to forget Misery a lot. So I am curious to see how will Misery farm up. It's gonna be the best of 3 series, ladies and gentlemen. Do cast your votes. Do click which team are you guys supporting into the poll as well. With that, this is going to be the first match.
Dawn, ladies and gentlemen, this is K9 Esports versus Darwin's game, battling it out for a sense of free scrims that they are getting to play right now. Both of them know what the result of the matches are going to be, but they are like, let's just battle it out, let's have some fun. But yeah, we can give Team Darwin's team the benefit of doubt that they can win out a game or two in this one, because K9 does not look serious in this game. But yeah, it's all fine. It's all fun and games for now. So let's see. There's going to be an early skirmish coming in from both of the teams right here. EXP with an early little rotation. But as of right now, K9 seems to be dealing more amount of damage than we would have expected.
Now this is what I was talking about. Silver getting that creep right from Darwin's game, a jungle, allowing him to get his retribution level and his experience level quite higher against this Harley. Now that's gonna help him a lot, and this time around K9 Esports are giving him the space. Really loved how Hydon Bush went in for that early rotation, but onto the top lane as well. A bit of a Purify already waited out. Jazz, that attempt was quite good, but Saito though jumps in a little bit late in my opinion.
Second gap, because otherwise it could have been a first blood for either of the sides. Silver going in for the poke already. Stain will be stunned down, does not have his level 4 yet, but so far it's still good. The Manu Talker did not have enough damage, but that's going to be a taunt on to Peekaboo. He might need to flicker out of this one. Yep, he's going to have to flicker. Saito gets the flicker too, and he is going to secure the first blood immediately. So an exchange of flickers and an exchange of gold as well. Pressure being created towards gold side, but can K9 still keep it up after they've already given away one kill to the side of DG?
Okay. So far, Darwin's game for the early game kill. The first blood onto their hands. Now, there comes the turtle as well. 2 minutes have passed. That means they will have to try to go. Oh, there's a bit of a taunt onto Jazz already. There you go. Fury of the Phoenix. Stopping them up. Jazz looking quite low onto the same note. Tetsuya is already there onto the river area. Deadly though, taking out too much damage. Saito goes down. Wait a minute, Chain. He's trying to outplay, but Silver is trying to have that retribution, but no! did not get the retribution on a time, and that's gonna be Tetsuya getting double kill as well with the AOG. My goodness, wait a minute, they are trying to capitalize it as well because hey, double kill, that's a bit of a goal, but Iron Bush with deadly magic onto him still managed to get Tetsuya. He's still there onto the battlefield but falls down, and onto the same note, it's gonna be a bit of a slow defense.
Like, thank God the camera is off, otherwise my team would have removed me from the roster by now. But it's okay. The way I have been laughing for the past few minutes in that fight, it's just hilarious how both of them are playing. It's like DG is just trying their best to secure the objective, and K9 is like, no, you can't have it, we are gonna get it. But then it's K9 who are the ones who end up dying anyway. And unfortunately, yeah, that was going to be a missed victory. But look at the thing coming in. Here, the Phoenix turned on the speed. Brilliance comes in from Peekaboo, but Tetsu trying his best to do some damage, but Jazz will be the one getting taken down. AOG to zone out Silver from his own jungle. DG showing dominance right now.
Tetsuya opening up the map as quickly as possible. Look at that now. This time around, once again, one of the creep taken out. A little bit of farm difference is starting to, be very much into the hands of Team Darwin's game. Look at them. Deadly already onto Silver. Not quite sure. He's still taking in too much damage. Deadly being Deadly. He's just there to poke it up, but I do believe he's in a very wrong position. Ooh, knocks jumps it up. Peekaboo Predator does manage to get that kill. Now, onto the same note, Silver will be there right on time for the turtle. But what about the EXP laner? That's going to be a bit far stretch from Darwin's game.
I feel like DG is really doing well as compared to their previous games that we have seen. In fact, the synergy is quite on point in this game. The same needs to be seen from the side of K9 Esports right now, but they are playing a little too overconfident maybe, or maybe it's just the aggression that's coming in from their side, and that is kind of leading them to lose out in terms of kills. Goal difference isn't too massive, it's 700 in the favor of DG, but other than that, K9, they need to figure out do they want the objectives or do they want the team fights, because right now it's looking a bit risky. Tetsu gonna be taken down quite low here, gets the turn on the Silver, but that's gonna be a tsunami slam coming in, but Jazz will be the one getting taken down. Adam will find the kill out of Jazz. Silver will be securing the rectory in this game. Peekaboo trying to deal some damage in this one, but Deadly being a menace into the backside. 1 more second skill and Peekaboo could be very well dead, and Deadly realizes that, flickers in, gets the second skill, gets the kill, but he will get taken down as DG sneak away a turret into the mid lane, and Funny Valentine does the same up top.
2-for-1 trade. Looks like K9 Esports are a bit behind onto the kills, and with the goal though, they are almost closing it up. Now that team K9 Esports have opened up their map, this means they will be continuing to do so, and for that they will have to spread out a bit, but it's not working in their favor. So I do believe they're just going to group up once again. Mid lane already gone. That's going to be a bit problem once again for Silver. Even with the mid lane, he was getting AOG thrown over him from Tetsuya quite a lot, so his positioning this time around, Jazz will have to look forward to. Will have to go for the bush check as well. As of now, his position will be revealed, but hey, mid lane, I feel like something might be cooking.
That's what, it's quite possible here, but let's see, that's going to be a 4-man rotation towards the EXP. Deadly, he's kind of going to be in a pinch here. He doesn't even have the Purifier. That's a lot of skills being used up, and yep, that's going to be an easy kill secure for the side of K9. The Fury of the Phoenix was used, but it was used a little too late. So maybe if it had been used just a moment ago, Deadly might have the ability to, dash away from that situation. But unfortunately for now, DG is trying to do the same thing onto the top side, and it is actually looking pretty well for them because they have been able to secure those towers. Look at Misery just melting Haram was down onto that Esmeralda, but okay, Jazz gets the knock up. Misery will be using up the Purify a little bit too early. He's very low here. Peekaboo has to use up the Brilliant. AOG lands a little short of that distance, but Silver is going to be coming in into that fight. Has Stalker still but he isn't using it up yet. Jazz has to flicker out of that situation, but the fight doesn't seem to end. Deadly flickers and again gets the kill. Now every single member of K9 is too low to survive. Stain for the mega kill. Iron Good is trying his best to sustain, but can he is the question. He cannot.
Goodness, even without a carry, they would still be in this team fight, taking down 3 members. Now, this is crazy coming in from the side of Team Darwin's game. With just 4 members, they did have a bit of a, number, not a number advantage onto their hand, but yet doing the same. Can we look at the itemizations before we have another fight? Because Funny Valentine, he'll have to recall right there. There you go. Looks like we do have okay, 2 Dom Eyes. Okay, you do need it when you were laning against a Esmeralda coming in from Uranus, but okay, it's looking good though. So far, it's looking good from both the sides. I don't see anything out of the blue, but Kenani, so they are being pushed. The map is getting opened up.
Exactly so. The map control is into the hands of Darwin's game, and even the itemization looks pretty decent coming in from their side, just to counter out the amount of heals that's going to be coming in from the side of the Esmeralda as well as the Kelia, and also to, slow down the Hyphenson passive every single time the dominant passive triggers. So definitely, Darwin's game has a plan in mind. The goal lead is steadily rising to 3,000 almost into their hands. It's 2.5 now, but I believe that one more team fight later, it should hit the 3K mark. So definitely we'll see some more fights coming in before the next Lord pops up, the first Lord of the game. But it's actually the carry they have to watch out for, because carry has got an insane amount of farm already. That's going to be an amazing series of the Phoenix, and yep, that's the farm we were talking about. Funny Valentine gets absolutely melted down in a split second, and that is why you do not let a carry farm up.
Okay, so far looking quite good. Deadly, and I don't like the positioning given the fact that he's trying to be amidst 3 people right there. Now that they'll have to clear up those lanes as quickly as possible, and they'll have to avoid fights. Look at them. Oh, nice. Kalea coming in, but the AOG was so perfect coming in from Tetsuya that they managed to take down just Deadly right in front of them. Turrets falling down. Silver, on to the other hand, is on a split push mode. He did quite open up the top lane, and that will just serve them the advantage as of now.
That's just classic Silver. PG, I know very well how Silver plays. It's just, he loves those turrets. He loves the objectives of this game. He knows that playing this game means taking down that base. Definitely he does that. But yeah, Esmeralda, you shouldn't be going out alone when your team is leading 5,000 gold. 5,000 gold behind. But these guys, will he ever listen to me? He won't. But other than that, K9 Esports definitely at a massive deficit here. All they can do is wait for the Yushin to take down those side towers. But other than that, DG, they seem to be doing quite well. But over-aggression coming in from Tetsuya Paji, and he is going to get taken down. But Shane definitely balances it out by taking 2 kills of his own, leading in terms of goals, increasing that goal lead, and also helping his team to take down the inhibitors, because that's going to be the Lord charge onto this bottom inning.
See what can we do, given the fact that inhibitors are falling down. Team K9 Esports will have to make sure to get the poke away. There's so much poke coming in from that, and Misery, look at him go. He is just coming up with the spinning light wheels, but enough. This is just gonna be the inhibitors. Daz, wait a minute, taking on too much damage. Almost a killing blown will be there, but Misery also does the same. 2 members down. The mid duo has been gone. Oh, Silver though, he tries to evade that. Tetsuya also jumps into the AOG, catches one, Funny Valentine out. The base is quite open with those minions coming in, with Silver all alone, but Misery, look at him, damage. Looks like Darwin's game will be winning the first game.
scrims did pay off because DG, they're going to be taking away game number 1, and quite possibly it is the Harley who is the MVP, or it's Misery. Maybe it could be the Zetian too, but yeah, we don't talk about that. But definitely it has to be the carry or the Harley. But alongside K9, they did try to get those towers, but in the mid game onwards, the farm gap was really showing, and it was the carry and the Harley who just snowballed from there on.
That's true. Shane looks like he picks up the MVP with 68% team fight participation. Look at that. And on top of that, we'll love to see what the result screen will be coming around. I think so. Maybe Shane will pick up, the highest goal per minute. I have a feeling.
Yeah. To be the, either the Ascension, Carry, or Harley. These three will definitely have the highest goal per minute. So we'll see that when the stats come up. But for now, that's going to be our Game 1 MVP. Shane onto that Harley. He's learned a lot. Like, we have seen his Ascension perform so well, and now we can see the Harley. So definitely Darwin's game has stepped up quite a lot. The goal difference is almost 10,000 into their hands. Turrets as well. So will the Turtles and Lord be. But let's just see what game 2, because K9, you know that they do lose out in game 1, but they often try and come back game 2 onwards.
That's true. So let's wait and watch. It's just the game number 1. It's a best of 3 series, and K9 Esports are currently sitting on to the second position of the leaderboard. As of now, it is a bit of a comfort position, but you tend to get to first position because it is lovely to be first.
Exactly. I mean, who would not want to be first into the league stage, because it also gives a lot of comfort when you're into the playoffs. But yeah, that's going to be our Battle of Jhansi 1857 Vice Admiral Misery against Funny Valentine into the goal lane. And of course, Mr. Vice Admiral is going to win it away. Funny Valentine onto that CC. Did try his best, took down a turret onto the top side, but that was all he really did. Otherwise, he does try to get the team fights into his favor as well at the first turtle last we saw, but DG did turn it around. Silver, of course, he tried his best, but unfortunately didn't get the farm he was looking for. He took down a few turrets, but in the end it was the Harley who's, better of a meta hero right now. That's all we can say.
Yeah, that's true. Head to head of the mazes as of now, the looks like even Pico Predator was trying to get some kills left and right. He didn't manage to get it, but I think Gatot Kacha, his sets were pretty good this game around. And on top of that, the duo that they were on about, the Gatot Kacha and the Zetian, they did have a bit of an easy time right there. There you go. Again, another head-to-head for the tanks. I think the level difference and the goal difference also played a major part why K9 did not get their game. So next time around, I feel like there's going to be a bit of a respect bans coming up. And on top of that, maybe a new team composition.
That's exactly what, it's like both the teams were trying, but Darwin's game was trying harder. And that actually is what made the difference. See, I told you it's going to be the carry who gets the highest GPM, and that's exactly what Mr. Vice Admiral got it. And Deadly, of course, did have the highest damage taken. It's an Uranus. He was constantly into the Ascension space, and that did make a lot of difference because Silver loves farming for the first 6-7 minutes, and he wasn't able to do it comfortably single-handedly because of that Uranus, and of course Tetsupaji going in with that Gacha. So that's, I think, where DG completely dominated this game, 22-7 scoreline. And yeah, that's all we can say for game number 1.
That's true. Again, very good game on to the game number 1, but is just the game's not over, so we will have to head to see on to the game number 2 on how we will be trying to proceed, because K9 Esports as well as Darwin's Esports, especially for Darwin's Esports, they will have to score more. They are on a bit of a behind, I would say. Like, they are just like one step there just to get qualified, but at the same time, if they lose this match as well, it's not gonna look good. So what is it going to be? Would love to jump in the draft as soon as possible.
That's what the teams are ready, and K9 is probably like, we let them have one game, that's enough right now, let's just win the next 2 and get it over with. But yeah, who knows, DG might step up much more and DG will be the ones looking for that 2-0. Probably they're only 2-0 into this series except for the other forfeits, but definitely this was a very commendable performance coming in.
Highly agree there, Sarah, but my goodness, if it would go to 2-0, that's going to be a bit of a shocker. And if it goes to 2-1, crazy. That's the bit of a strategy that K9 Esports would love to go. And one thing I have noticed, they love to, analyze their opponents during the game. The first games is always like testing the waters. Second game, they start just picking it up on those mistakes that they, on the enemies were making, not them themselves as well, but the enemies where they are lacking. So I do want to see that kind of a gameplay coming into the game number 2. But for Darwin's gameplay, I did notice that Misery this time around did get a comfortable spot on farming up. His position really gave away his a chance as well, even though there was no Misery on the team fights, yet Team Darwin Esports were winning that matches, were winning those gangs, those fights that are happening. So yup, they do have a chance to score more.
DG actually managed to secure those objectives better than K9 did, in a way that the carry was very focused towards farming the first 5 to 6 minutes. Once he had the DHs almost complete, because nobody was really pressuring his lane that much. K9 usually pressures the goal, but this time around they went in for that EXP rotation on towards the Uranus. So they let the carry free farm a bit, and I think that is one of the reasons why Misery was so comfortable onto that hero. Also, the amount of frontline being provided by the Uranus as well as the Garukacha made a lot of difference, because the carry was getting all those free hits every single time.
I agree. Like, there were times we were seeing how the team did initiate on Carrie, but Carrie was just very reliant on her skills, and on top of that, her flicker, and that really allowed her to get out of the position as quickly as possible. But that was kind of surprising to see how, when Carrie was not present onto the team fights, yet the team, Darwin's game were very much sustainable onto their own. And I do believe Zatian's going to be banned. Yep, there you go. Zatian out of the way along with the Harley. But no Marcel open. Darwin's game are not ready for the Marcel.
Teams who have scrimmed way too many times against the Marcel, and they have already found a very comfortable counter to that hero. Marcel is one of the heroes we do not want to be giving away to your enemy. But for now, K9, they're going to be going in with the Zatian, Harley and Fulvius ban, quite possibly looking to pick up the Freya or the Sora for their first pick. But Darwin's game will read into that. They are going to get rid of the Freya, but that leaves open the Jushin in this game. So is Peekaboo going to opt in for the Jushin is going to be one of the questions.
Okay. Looks like we do have Phobius out of the way once again. Understandable, but what about Harrod? I do want to see a Harrod gameplay coming up though, because there could be, since the Phobius is out of the way, so should be a good pick.
Now you lead the way to the next
That's what, I mean, you pick up the Jushin, you're technically giving away the Sora plus the Ascension, and the Ascension is one of Shane's comfort picks. So definitely here, DG already having those, familiar heroes into their lanes, which means that the lane winning capability automatically increases. K9 though here, they do have quite a lot of options this time around. Jazz could go in for the Grog, Jazz could go in for the Khalid along with the Jushin, two very annoying combo heroes. But Silver decides to go in for the Leomord finally towards the jungle. Works quite well against the Ascension just because of the fact that you get a lot of sustain, but Funny Valentine is going to prioritize the Claude in this game. So maybe Misery could try to go in for...
Okay. That is also another good pick, but at the same moment, Misery, what are you going to pick up right here against a Claude? He does have a chance to go for the Moscow or go for the classic carry pick once again. I do feel like carry might be the one this time around, because they could play on Eve's ultimate at the area that she provides, and that will just force K9 out of the way. So carry might have an easier chance, but it all depends on Misery what he is trying to go ahead for. But before that, back onto the banning section. Yep, Hilda out of the way, and I do believe we will be seeing a bit of marksmen getting targeted, especially that is very problematic for the Claude.
That's a possibility. But in fact, I think that K9 believes that the Ascension will be sent towards the gold, and Shane could try and pick up one of his assassins. So they take out the Suyo this game. And for the last ban, quite possibly they could just take out the carry. That's just one of the, easiest options. If not, then DG... I don't think DG plays that much of Fighter Gold and Fighter EXP combo and then Ascension Jungle. So what could the last ban exactly be? Maybe the Moscow itself?
Highly possible. It's Misery, or maybe a tank as well. I do feel I do have like maybe they could go for a roam ban as well, but will they be going ahead of the Gatot Kacha ban? Was not that quite of a problem as well, given the fact that he was getting space to jump right behind. But if you don't allow the Gatot Kacha to do the same, it's very easy to counter. So I don't think Gatot Kacha might be the one, but maybe Kalea.
That could work out because you've got the Ascension and you do not want to be giving a Kalia at the same time, because Tsunami Sam plus Mountain Shocker at the same time means literally you get taken down pretty easily. And then there's the Yi for the kill box, so you are going to be just stuck in one place while the RWM is active, and instead they decide, oh yeah, you were right about that is going to be a Garut Kaja getting taken out this time. So Jazz and Iron Bush left for the side of K9. Tetsu is going to steal away that Grok. Smart move from him. But Jazz here, what could he exactly play? The Khalid is a very good option into this draft, honestly. If he wants to go for it, he can sustain, he can provide space, and he can do a lot of things. Plus, it's going to give Jazz practice. So, Hide on Bush is the main concern. What is he going to play against the Sora? He could try and pick up the Uranus, that could work out, or he could go in for the Esmeralda again, but then K9 would be lacking in terms of CC.
That's the dilemma. K9 esports will have to think about. Looks like the Hiram Bush would love to go again on the Esmeralda. A bit of a redemption right for the game number 1. But back again with the surprise pick that few of the teams have been picking on. That's going to be the chip. Now the chip is a bit unpredictable though. Now that, there has not been a chip place for a long time and the teams were getting very comfortable with the usual rotation that they've been doing. This is going to be really a good surprising pick, and Jazz being Jazz, I have seen him play that chip, so it's gonna be an interesting game for sure. So Darwin's game, what is the choice that you're gonna make so that the chip might not have that easy time? There you go, Parrot gameplay it is.
Very balanced draft coming in from the side of DJ. That's like 2 magic and 3 physical, while into the hands of K9 it's the same thing, but they are going to be lacking a bit of that sustain because Chip isn't that much of a frontlighter, and both Esmeralda and Leomord need at least like 1 item, maybe just the Brute Force or the Oracle onto the Esme, and just the Brute Force or Wings for the Leomord to have that tankiness during a team fight. But other than that, I feel like DG, they win out in terms of draft into the early game, but then again it's going to matter as to which gold laner scales better.
Let's see what is it going to be. This is the draft, ladies and gentlemen. You guys can think about with the draft which team will be having that upper hand. Curious to see what about the execution as well, because that is quite important. So yep, this is going to be the second game. If Darwin Games wins this up, it's going to be a clean sweep, and they will be trying to score a bit that they will losing. But if they don't, that's going to be a problem, and they will be trying to retain or just go more lower onto the scoreboard. And with that, into the land of dawn, here we go.
Welcome to the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen, and already we can see the emblems coming in from both of these teams. Chip onto the tank emblem with the support talents, while Esmeralda will be the one onto the support emblem this time around. Leomord onto the assassin emblem. That does work out because he's going to have more of the physical penetration, while into the hands of wait a minute, look at Grok's emblem. That's a weapon master plus assassin emblem. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Wait a minute. Bro, if he starts making tank items, I will be pissed, man. Like, no way you go for this emblem and then go for whole tanky.
I think, he's also like, I'll focus on the damage part here. But this would mean the DG are the ones who are going to be lacking the front line this time around. I thought that the Grok would just, face tank everything, but it turns out he wants to be a superhero and is on to that assassin emblem after all.
That's true. Looks like there's gonna be a bit of a lane cut already coming up. That means Hydron Bush once again will be rotating much faster than that. But now they are not letting him rotate. That means they want to give a bit of a goal into the hands of Silver before the turtle. Now that's gonna give him a bit of a item boost. That's gonna give him a bit of a experience level as well, but because there is a pure tanker like the Grok who's going to be there onto the river area quite a lot, so they are just trying to take it slow. Look at them scouting up the bushes. Chip trying to play the surprise factor.
So he is looking for the setup, but that's gonna be a mono dropper. Just very low with the basic attack is going to connect. Silver does secure the retribution, but Sora with the Thunder Fist is going to get the damage out here. The Peekaboo, he gets a kill onto Deadly, but that's gonna be a turtle and one for a two trade. But then again, the goal difference, nothing much, being absolutely minimized by the side of DG the moment the K9 tries to gain anything.
My goodness, look at them. Darwin's game once again with two advantage onto their hands, trying to open up the difference as quickly as possible. Now really curious to see how they will be trying to manage to get the game, but at the same time, there you go, shortcut coming up on Tetsuya this time around. There's the hole, there you go. He does manage to get a good airborne, the knockup, but no, there's no backup, so they are just gonna go back to their lanes.
Absolutely so. Both the teams just trying to focus on their respective farms and lanes, just trying to be a menace in this game. And definitely he is trying to look for something that's gonna be a kill box. That's just going to be catching him down. And meanwhile, Deadly also gets a 1v1 kill onto Iron Bush. Wonderful. He's getting... okay, whatever. Let's skip that part and just move on to the fact that DG once again are trying to dominate. Tetsupaji in danger here. The passive comes in at the best possible time, but Peekaboo does make a play there, staying very low, but has the power to dash out, and he's going to do just that.
He's safe for now, but they are quite low. That means they will have to come back, but the power of Chip. I love how even though the middle lane is not open, he is still confident enough to position himself so well, trying to take members on a surprise. But onto the same note, Funny Valentine with all the gold shield, that was almost a lot, so this is going to be, a bit of a good damage. But wait a minute, a bit of a, chase onto Silver as well. But at the same time, he does get immobilized by Dr. Saito there. Again, Peekaboo Predator also has a chase with Deadly. They were lacking a bit of numbers even with the Chip. Chip was the first one to fall down right there. But wait a minute, he just gets trapped on hide on bush. 1 versus 3. Is that a good decision to make?
Isn't, but there's gonna be a flicker coming in. Oh my god, Deadly. He actually managed to secure that kill, diving in. And that little flicker from Saito actually made all the difference, because that first kill split damage is what helped Deadly get the kill. And the shield just didn't come up on time, and that's why Harambush died into that place. But now the turtle is going to be coming up, and DG once again has the lead into their hands, and we will definitely be looking at some kind of a major team fight this time around.
Let's see what teams are trying to go to do what. Looks like there's Unstoppable already picked up by Deadly. Sora needs to be stopped. There was no Valentina from both the sides. It was banned, so. Yep, so teams as of now, it's just not, the Valentina only counter for Sora. There's a lot of factors on how to counter Sora, but hey, onto the top lane, and Deadly just gets taken down. I think I jinxed it.
Okay, if it works, right? Because K9, they were losing out a lot, but somehow they have managed to maintain 100 goal lead into their hands. Even if it is just 100 or maybe 1000, they have managed to keep it into their hands this time. But look at this Esmeralda, bro. He is such a feeder in this game. But yeah, his team doing his best to carry him as much as possible. But other than that, this time around, K9 is looking better. They're actually taking down those objectives and also not giving away objectives to the hands of the enemy. That's going to be a shortcut being used up onto the Grok, onto the top side. TJ, take it away.
Okay, looks like there's going to be the E's ultimate as well, but since Team K9 Esports are quite low already, they are not trying to go for more. Now, I think I do see the vision onto, Tetsuya picking up the Assassin emblem as well. Look with his skills only, he's able to dish out damages, and Funny Valentine, the only reason he's quite low right there is just because of, look at that. Tetsuya is looking quite low along with Misery. Shane jumps in, Tetsuya traded out, but onto the back lanes as well. Funny Valentine will be forced to use this flicker out. Sora taking out too much turret damage and manages to evade that with the sliver of HP. Dragon's game this time around are quite low, but Funny Valentine still alive. He jumps in back in, but he doesn't have his insurance of flicker, only his monkey. But wait a minute, Hide on Bush just jumps out. That leaves Silver doing his work once again, the split push.
And Silver is actually doing a pretty fantastic job. He's taken down mid, he's taken down bottom lane, and only top one remains. And once Funny Valentine gets his farm back into this game, once he has the golden staff plus the EHS, he is going to be dealing a lot more damage than expected. That's going to be 2 turtles into the hands of K9 this game around, and this was the last turtle of the game. So the next fight will break out straight up at the 10-minute mark, and that's going to be the Lord fight. That fight should define who is getting the win and who isn't, unless either of the teams make a major mistake towards the game. And yeah, if you can see this game, Tetsu Party is doing an amazing job even on the Assassin emblem, but end of the day, that amount of sustain which he had in the previous game is lacking in this one.
That's true. But onto the same note, look at that. Chip already coming up with this teleport, trying to catch Misery. They were able to immobilize him, taken down. That's going to be Hide on Bush, but they will have to open up Sora onto the back flank. He tries to get Funny Valentine as quickly as possible, but no, that's going to be a double kill into the hands of Hide on Bush. Now is the time where the team starts opening up the map, plus take away everything the enemy has. Darwin's game, though, having 10 kills already onto their hands and a bit of a goal advantage as well, but they are losing that advantage. They just gave it away into the hands of K9 Esports.
That's exactly what, and it's just so funny. I mean, what do I even say? Both the teams they play are so equally, like their gameplay is very similar most of the time, but today it just feels, yeah, see, that's exactly what I mean. Look at Jazz, bro. He's going in for the shortcut this time, gets to immobilize, gets 2 people, but that's going to be a tech charge coming in from Paji, and he is going to get the kill as well. Shane gets a mega, that's going to be a blazing duet into the backside, 2110 flickers in, and then the BMI is back out. So definitely 2-for-1 trade, and the Claude is now making all difference.
Alright then, look at them. 2-for-1, tank gone down. That means K9 Esports have completely won out their trade as of now. Silver, he does have his phantom screen on TP has a hand, but wait a minute, will he be able to survive? That's gonna be a no. Iron Bush surviving, that slows as well. There's gonna be a lot of damage from the Harith as well, but Deadly facing the Zushin with the Lantern Flare. Wait a minute, Peekaboo Predator taken down, but to punish, it's gonna be Iron Bush once again. Now that the Lord has spawned up and there's no retribution on the side of Team K9, they will have to delay as quickly as possible. Shane, on the other hand, he doesn't have his retribution. Both of them, it's gonna be on the same plane, but wait a minute, Tetsuya charges in with a tech charge, but no, Jazz, his HP is quite low along with Tetsuya. Wait a minute, nah, he's not surviving that, and this is the moment where K9 Esports knows taking out one member will give them the advantage, but pushing it more, they are going to give back the advantage that they have. So K9 Esports deciding for the Lord.
I feel like Paji has been playing the Grok so often that he even got that hero in Brawl, and in Brawl people love playing the damage well because you get an 18% damage buff onto the Grok. So maybe he just forgot to change his emblems, and that's exactly why he's at 055 right now. But okay, it's fine. If it works out, it works out, right? Because Shane is on a 405, the Harith is scaling up, and even Deadly is doing a pretty decent job. So end of the day, if the other members can recover any of the losses that the Grok's death is bringing to the team, it's going to be fine for them if they can come back from here. But I don't think that K9 is going to let them come back in this game, because Chip is one of those picks K9 doesn't lose on much unless they over-engage. And if that doesn't happen, all the members are leading in terms of gold here, and this is just going to be keeping up till they win this game.
Let's see. Lord already coming up. They do have a backup coming in from Jazz as well, so they are a bit scattered, and they can, have the potential to be scattered as well. As of now, there you go. They are trying to bait everything as soon as possible. Dr. Saito opens up his chessboard. Onto the same note, Jazz taking out too much damage. Flickers out of the way. That's gonna be Tetsuya flickering out, but they did not manage to open up the inhibitor. Maybe the top inhibitor though, it looks quite open. Jazz topping them. A shortcut already popped out to immobilize onto the back lane. That delayed Deadly as of now. But wait a minute, Tetsuya charges in 4 members, but no, he's gonna get punished. And Shane looking quite low at Valentine with his ultimate gets to Deadly as well as Misery are all alone as of now, but they're just not gonna push it in.
Yep, they actually can. They have a man number advantage, they have man advantage, and they also have turret damage advantage. So Misery, you're trying your best here, but you're going to get absolutely bursted down. K9 is way too overfarmed right now, and K9 make the comeback. They settle the score for a 1-1.
That's gonna be a third game decider. So yep, 2-1 it is, but what is it going to be that we are going to see? Really curious to see. But love the hero that is there behind them as well. That is really crazy coming in from production.
Yep, very fantastic work coming in from production indeed for this entire tournament. But yeah, that's going to be K9 taking game number 2. And okay, interesting. Funny Valentine actually manages to get the MVP this game, and look at the GPM, 834. That's higher than Misery had on the carry last game. So okay, wow, that is amazing.
Definitely. I do have a feeling that I am seeing a lot of Claudes being the MVP left and right, being right from the different teams as well. So it's just the streak really continues for me. So I do want to see maybe in the next few games as well, if there's going to be a Claude, if they manage to pick up a MVP as well. But other than that, third game decided, Darwin's game, even with the ISS, one of Shane's signature hero, they were not able to capture the game. Not a good day for YSS.
That's what it's the YSS jinx in this game. So definitely, I guess, gold 10k difference again. Turrets the same. It's like just a mirror image of what happened in the first game. First game it was DG. Second game it was K9. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. It's DG again. See the production. Look at them. What are they telling us? It's Funny Valentine, Silver, Peekaboo, and Jazz, and Hiran Bush on the side of DG. They are the ones who win this game. K9 have lost.
Oh, well, no worries, no worries. That's just a bug, but okay, there you go, there you go. Once again, the K9 Esports winning it up. Now, talking about head to head, here we go. The level difference right here, goal lane, it was just brutal.
Yeah, it was just, Mr. Vice Admiral couldn't win this time, unfortunately. It's okay though, he tried his best, but that was just a way too much pressure being created onto him. I told you K9 loves that goal line pressure, and that's exactly what happened. Oh, but the jungle though, jungle was very equal this time around in terms of KDA, but Silver just had more space to farm around, and I think that's what created the difference.
That's true. That's true. This time around, like he was playing it a bit safe. He was there onto the team fights as well as quickly as possible. And on top of that, he did manage to pick up a bit of side pushes as well. Now with that really opened up a map a lot.
And the K9 here, they actually did manage to win it out, but I feel like if the Grok had the proper emblem, these people would have struggled a bit more. But other than that, the chip shortcuts were very on point. There were no over engages coming in from them this time around. So going into the third game, they would have the mindset of focusing the objectives a bit more, and that would definitely help them. EXP lane though, Deadly played amazing. Like, replace Hiran Bush and K9, bro. Well done. But yeah, Hiran Bush did do his best as well. He was the punching bag this time around, so it's fine. We'll just not comment on him. But yeah, oh my god, Funny Valentine. Is that a solo carry? Can we call it a solo carry, maybe?
Yes, I mean, come on, taking out 3 possessions out of 4 right here, crazy. So yeah, even I would call the solo carry as well. Even most assist, I would, I had it, maybe Jazz would pick it up, but no, it is Funny Valentine, crazy.
I mean, that's what happens when you let a Claude over farm. The carry last game was farmed, but what is it? Funny Valentine just stepped up and said that I'll show you how gold lane is played, and that's exactly what he did. So huge props to our prodigy right there. He did amazing, but this is going to be it for game 2, and we are going to be moving towards game number 3, the tiebreaker. Tiebreaker between K9 Esports and Darwin's game. Who would have expected? But here we are, PG.
That's true. Back again. Now, as we have already mentioned time by time, K9 Esports will love to play the 2-1 game, but this time around, Darwin's game are a real dire need to pick up this game because they are on a very bad position into the leaderboards, and K9 Esports, it's quite opposite for them. They are comfortable. They win it. They will be mostly retaining their place or maybe scoring another point onto their hands. But for Darwin's game, they need to pick up in every single day possible. So what is it going to be? Really curious to know. Do put your predictions as well, ladies and gentlemen, so we could see it as well.
Exactly. So make sure to support in the chat who your favorite player and who your favorite teams are, because after this game we are going to have our top 4. Autobots, I think they've already qualified. The news will be broken out to you soon. But for now, if K9 takes the win, they will still be at second place. They can't make it to first place. They already lost it. But if DG, they manage to take the win, I think they'll be moving up one place above Axis Dohan. And that would be the end of the round of 8 league stage. And we will be seeing the playoffs from next week onwards.
That's true. That's true. It's gonna be very, very soon. And ladies and gentlemen, do wait up for the draft. We soon dive into the game number 3. But for the game number 3, since Team K9 Esports did win it up, what will Team Darwin's game change their team team composition, or what are they going to do something new? Because they were trying to get the YSS into their hands, because first game it was silver. I have a feeling YSS, the team, the player just picks it up. It's just not gonna work it out, because YSS is having just a bad day. It was in the hands of Silver, did not work out. Now into the hands of Shane, and both of them, it's a signature hero. Like crazy that they lost.
Exactly. But so far so good. We started this at 6:30, it's 7:30 now, and I think the timeline is exactly like split in 30 minutes game 1, 30 minutes game 2. YSS didn't work game 1, YSS didn't work game 2, and that's exactly what's continuing for now. But game 3, okay, that's gonna be DG into the second pick, and K9 of course has the first pick this time around once more. So they will take out the Harley, they do ban out the Zetian and the Phobias, and DG, they're still thinking, do they give away the Freya, do they give away the Jushin? Whatever they choose to ban out or pick up here, it's going to be risky. They banned Freya, gave Jushin in the last game, and they lost. It's one of Peekaboo's signatures. But if they ban Jushin and give away the Freya, then it's one of Funny Valentine's signatures. So very tough situation right now, but instead they decide to gamble. Okay, interesting, I see.
Haha, finally the Freya being opened. We will be able to witness a Freya game after such a long time. Now K9 Esports, they're well much known for split pushing, and now with Freya it tubed onto their hands, is gonna be quite easy. But Darwin's game, they know they're opening up the the Zushin and the Freya is only either one hero and the other side, but YSS, I'm still if this curse works on, I think that's like foreshadowing for the other teams to not pick it up as well.
Exactly. So, and you know what? DG already picked up the Jushin as well as the YSS, which means the Jazz immediately going to be locking in onto the chip, and most probably Harold Bush will lock in onto the Esmeralda for the 3rd game in a row. But okay, fine. No, that's going to be silver on the Leomord. Okay, so DG can actually be the ones to steal away the Esme this game, because look at the draft from K9. It's a Freya and a Chip and the Leomord. 3 shield heroes.
That's true. Now, as of now, that is a proper flank potential heroes coming in, while you can split push, you can be with Chip's ultimate as quickly as possible. But for Darwin's game, they need something that they could just top up the Chip. Last game they were lacking it. They did not expect a Chip as their last pick, but Hiron Bush, that hero will be denied for you. That means we may be looking at something interesting onto the EXP line against an Esmeralda. What is it going to be?
Does work. Alice works, and with the Lunox banned out, I think Alice and Uranus are 2 of the strongest choices. If not those, then you can try and go in for the Yuzhong, but Hiran Bush and Yuzhong, I think you should just keep the 2 people a little far away from each other, but it's okay. Other than that, yeah, maybe Lapu in the worst case scenario, but then again Esme counters the Lapu, so we'll see what he decides to go in for here. Peekaboo though needs to figure out what he wants to play. He could go in for a Farsa in a logical, if you think, in a counter kind of method for the Jushin, But other than that, he obviously has his Selena, his Kadita, and what else? He also has the Lilia if he wants to play it out.
Ooh, Lilia. Now there's gonna be hero I would love to see against Zushin. I do feel like that counters Zushin in a way because the slows is really good, and since there's a bit of tanky heroes that's just gonna come up into the hands of Darwin's game as well, that's gonna look good. But back again to the draft, Alice out of the way, Gatur Kacha as well. Looks like there's a bit of a respect fans jumping up along with the Lunox as well. Interesting. Oh, it's gonna be a Claude. Since it's going to be Darwin's game who's just gonna pick it up, they are just denying that pick. Now Carry is open, the Moscow, the Granger is open for Misery, or they could just let Misery play the YSS as well, but I doubt it's gonna be a goal lane YSS.
It's actually a goal lane Esmeralda. Yeah, Misery did play it out just yesterday in yesterday's game, so maybe just whatever BG played in 1-2 days before. I have seen him playing the Esmeralda gold and he did quite well on it, and against the Esmeralda, that is one of the best picks to get for the gold lane. So definitely K9 needs to strategize here, because right now they're losing in terms of draft, but if they can, you know, pick up the burst that they are looking for with the chip and the shortcut, it could work out in their favor at the same time. But oh no, wait a minute. Okay, that they're going to shuffle the Esmeralda towards the EXP, Yasumshin for the gold lane, and Suyo for the jungle. Oh my god, that's like 3 denies to the side of Team K9.
That's true, that's true. There you go, look at them. Back again towards the Suyu this time around. That means YSS is going to be a gold lane, but Misery onto YSS. That's going to be a bit of a late game that you're gonna see. And K9 Esports, of course, they will be playing again for the late as well, but back again, they do need something a little bit early, and I feel like Lilia is going to be a good option as well for the early game hero onto the mid lane. But no, that's going to be the Valir, one of the rising heroes in the Accession League 2026, along with a hero with the diving potential. So interesting draft.
Yep, exactly. And I mean, I did tell you that keep Haronbush and Yuzhong far away from each other, but I guess, yeah, that's gonna be one of his ego picks, but fine. You can just give it to him. Let's see how he performs against Esmeralda. Though Yuzhong is supposed to win for the early game at least. But then we have the Valir towards the mid lane for the side of K9. So they will be very amazing in the team fights, but they are going to lack a little bit of that pickoff potential, at least until the Freya gets farmed up. So let's see how they execute this draft.
I am the power of light incarnate.
Okay, that is definitely not the time that I was expecting in the hands of Tetsuya. I was kind of expecting something like a, you know, one-man pickoff, maybe a Chao from Tetsuya, but hey, it's a Kaja. Now, interestingly enough, Kaja though, against a chip. I mean, I would have loved to see a classic counter such as the Carmilla for this chip, but no, this is going to be crazy coming in from the side of Team Darwin's game.
Definitely, and I believe that DG do have a decent draft, but end of the day, K9 have got the better team fight potential with the draft that they currently have. That Jushin and Yusungshin will have to play it very safely this time, because that dragon is going to be onto their faces every single time, just like Uranus was into K9's faces in game 1. Other than that, they also have to worry about, you know, what's it called, the Freya, because if she gets farmed up, it's going to be a massacre for them. But other than that, we are here into the land of dawn, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 3, the tiebreaker, the very last match of the league stage, and that's going to be an early wave cut coming in from the side of K9.
Let's see into the same note, ladies and gentlemen, into the land of dawn. Here we go, the decider match. If Team K9 Esports retain their score or possibly move to the top 1. There you go. Wait a minute, they're trying to go for Tetsuya once again, but he flickered it out as quickly as possible.
Exactly so. And already a little bit of that lead coming into the hands of K9 because they will be trying to deal a lot of poke damage. And the one problem the Kaja is going to be having is the pushback that's coming, like that's going to be coming from the hands. Yeah, and this guy, oh my god, this hide on bush. I have told him 100 freaking times that if there's a Suyo in your opponent, do not play aggressive on towards the EXP lane. But he does not listen. But okay, I guess we have to live with it. It is what it is. But for now, Darwin's game already securing a first blood.
Let's see. As of now, they'll have to go as a bit aggressive. Like since they got the first blood, they will be making sure to get a little bit few members under their hands as well. But their team Kenan Esports will have to get ready for the turtle as well. Now that you know. Darwin's game are putting a bit of a pressure onto the river area. They look at them, poking 1-1. Jazz does get picked up by Dr. Saito this time around, looking quite low. The Phantom Seas coming into the hands of Silver, deadly looking quite low, but Peekaboo Predator managing to get that kill.
So 1-for-1, 400 goal lead in the hands of K9 already somehow. And that's going to be a rotation coming in from the goal lane straight to the mid side for Funny Valentine. He's trying to go in for the kill, but okay, he has to dash back because that's going to be a lot of tower damage that is taken. And now he's got to recall, which means that what's this guy's name? Yeah, Vice Admiral Misery does get a little bit of that gold towards the goal lane, and that is in fact a free farm for him. But okay, Jazz is a pretty good positioning right here.
That's true. As of now, it's a 1-1 into the score and even the match score, the series score as well. But the teams, are they ready for another gank? Given the fact that bottom lane we will be able to see that, given the fact that Divine Judgment is there on Funny Valentine, taken down right before Jazz can jump in. Now Team Darwin's game are putting quite a lot of pressure onto the bottom lane as well.
Absolutely so. But K9, they need to figure out a way to, stop getting kicked off like that. But DG is actually doing a pretty decent job. Oh, that's a double head to try knock up as well on Tetsuya, and that's going to be Silver securing a kill, and Deadly having to run away with his HP. But this Chip and Jushin, okay, they are just sitting in front of each other, and they're like, I know you're there, I know you are there, so we're just gonna sit in front of each other and enjoy this game while the rest of our team just keep fighting.
That's true. Talking about the items a bit. Okay, looks like both the sides are, the EXP laners are not quite interested to go towards the anti-heal as their first item, but rather they are letting their mages go. But that's going to be a good decision as well. But in the long run, I do feel like they need to start picking it up. Funny Valentine onto the bottom lane already trying to open up the goal as quickly as possible with the shortcut allows them to go towards the back line as quickly as possible, taking down Tetsuya, lowering Shane's HP as well. But Funny Valentine will be stopped by the Zushin as of now. Zushin tries to pick up one more member, but Funny Valentine quite low. That means Silver getting the easy chance onto the turtle.
Absolutely so. But Deadly here trying to pull up a push while the tower has a shield. I mean, as an Esmeralda, you would probably want to rotate out a bit more for your team, but he's going in for the push strategy. Maybe because the gold lane is getting pressured so much, he just wants a bit of gold for himself so that he can actually keep up with the team's overall goal. That strategy could work, but then this dragon is going to be rotating out all over the map, and look at them, they're already going to be swapping out on the lanes. So Funny Valentine will definitely have a better time laning against an Esmeralda as compared to a Yuzhong against an Esmeralda, because both fighters, Yuzhong and Esme, they do not have, but oh no, Jazz, I think he wanted the shortcut onto Shane, but Shane kind of had his senses tingling and he took the safer route back. But yeah, Silver, he's going to get picked off with the Divine Judgment and all those ultimates being used up onto him directly. And that's not going to be looking good for the side of K9, even if they are taking a turret up top.
Let's see. Now that both the teams have swapped up. That looks like K9 are the ones who are not swapped up, not Darwin's game. And Team K9 Esports are the ones who have opened up the match. Peekaboo Predators managed to bait out the Divine Judgment, but at the same note, Shane will be taken out. He was on the front lane along with Tetsuya dealing damage. Deadly, on the other hand, cannot become a secondary tank right there. He's not able to tank so much what K9 is bringing onto the table.
But yeah, K9 is leading a lot, and somehow they managed to pull that off to 2.5k goal lead. The Dragon doing quite a decent job, so maybe I shouldn't have said all those things about him, but whatever. Mr. Hide on Bush doing perfectly fine. The passive, amazing kill onto Shane right there, which means that the second turtle of the game, and it is going to be looking pretty good. Oh, it's not the second one, it's actually the third one if I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's the third one. 3 turtles all into the hands of Team K9. Dr. Side are going to be in a lot of danger, but yeah, not the kill yet. Funny Valentine dives in with the Valkyrie is decent, but not going to commit because he knows that there are enough dangers for him if he goes in too much.
Let's wait and watch. That's going to be, I feel like Jazz going to come up with the shortcut once again, but before that it is on cooldown, so they are waiting it up, and on top of that, team will have to open the second tier as quickly as possible and then try to go for the Lord. It looks like Jazz will be spotted out very quickly. That's going to be deadly for you, but there's a lot of pressure on Darwin's game as of now.
Have a lot of pressure, and their late game scaling isn't that good either, because the Yushin Shin, no matter how much you farm, you can't be scaling up as as much as you would want to as compared to that of a Freya. The Freya, oh my god, that's a double petrify. Okay, very well done, but yeah, you are going to get yoinked right under the tower, but you have the dash, so okay. Aaron would live to see another day. Wonderful. But DG, what are they doing? Where is that game 1 domination is the main question. Tetsuya gets absolutely bursted right under his own river area, and Silver will take away another kill for himself. Shane trying his best to deal some amount of damage to try and find a kill, but he has been unsuccessful so far.
Let's see. Look at that. The pressure is just building up into the hands of Darwin's game. It's not stopping. And on to the same note, look at the replay as of now. The maneuver, how the Horsey is just working out very well, and the members are allowing the enemy to lower their HP as well, and Silver is just jumping up with this passive. And with the same note, the Lord is here. That means inhibitors will be falling down.
First game against us, but that was just us trying and testing everything. This game is going to be ours, and we will be doing this reverse sweep, as we like to call it. Oh no, Deadly is going to be in a bit of a danger here. He didn't recall on time. There's going to be a shortcut. Petrify, that's a lot of damage being dealt, and Funny Valentine manages to secure a mega kill for himself, as the rest of DG are looking really in danger right now, as K9 Esports is absolutely charging in.
Deadly will be respawning right when the Lord's gonna jump in towards the inhibitors, but he needs to play a bit safe as of now. Team Darwin's game losing up quite a lot, while K9 Esports absolutely widening up the gap. Look at them. Gold lane is really opening up, but at the same moment, Deadly jumps in onto Funny Valentine, who does have a shield, so capitalizing it works wonders into the hands of Deadly, but at the same moment, Team K9 Esports playing it as safe. Shortcut onto the back lanes. There you go. There's a bit of a stun coming in from Deadly. He's the first one to be traded off. Dr. Saito might be getting a bit of a stun, but no. Iron Bush along with the Black Dragon onto the back lanes, making sure Misery won't be joining onto the team fight. So there you go. Inhibitors will be taken down.
I mean, I told you that the dragon is going to be one of those annoying heroes who is going to limit the Ascension and the Jushin's movements. As much as DG denied the picks and won out in terms of, comfort on the certain heroes. Oh no, Dash, he actually gets taken in. That's gonna be an instant flicker out. So, okay, that's good reflexes right there for the man. But Bunny Valentine is looking for the clear end. Look at him just clearing out the minions as much as possible so they can take down probably the mid inhibit the next wave. But all members of DG are here. So I don't think that they'll be risking it all, but Deadly, he goes in a little too far deep. There's gonna be a Petrify coming in from Iron Bush, landing onto 3, but Tetsu gets the kill onto 1 right under the tower. Funny Balance is gonna be taken down very low, along with Iron Bush. It's Buddy trying to deal some damage. He does have the Thunderbelt here. Peekaboo gets launched back. He is going far away, but can't escape. But Funny Valentine had the Divine Judgment being used up onto him, dashed away, but the rest of the members of DG came back right on time to finish him down.
My goodness, once again, Phantom Steed, a little bit of pressure into the hands of K9 this time around. Misery, 50% of his HP already blown off, will be moving backwards. Darwin's game this time around are retaliating. They are coming up with an answer, but how long the answer gonna be? Would love to see, given the fact that mid lane, if it's opened up, the Darwin's game will have an easier time really camping it up. Because hey, wait a minute, that's not a good position that he was not able. He was able to pop up the shortcut, and with that, Team K9 Esports are there trying to go to the back lane. That's a double kill for Misery, but the shutdown will be there onto the hands of Iron Bush. But wait a minute, Silver, this magic is dealing damage. Peekaboo Predator trying to slow down Deadly as quickly as possible, but the jungler versus jungler will be there. That we are trying to go aid for the jungler because hey, the minions are coming. They'll have to make sure to get the members out of the way, but will Silver able to take some time? He's trying to bake them out, but no. Darwin's game, very well aware the minions are there.
Exactly, so they do back off right on time to clear the minions charging in from the top side. And somehow here, Peekaboo was like, you ban my Lunox, I'll pick up a freaking Valir in front of you and show you that I can do it better than a Lunox. And that's exactly how he melted down the Esmeralda just with his fireballs on the first kill. And even right now the tip is looking in a very good position. And the other members of DG, I think, yeah, they are aware of the fact that the chip is present there. And that's exactly why they take the safe route away and they phase him out. He's like, little rat, just get out of here. That's what chip is, right? Chip is a rat, right? Or is it a bunny?
Agreed. Onto the same note, Lord's gonna come in now. Once again, K9 Esports with this Lord. Lord number 2, but Chaz, he picked up an immortality. That means he will be having a bit of an easier time, but the Lord's just quite early on, while Team K9 Esports are struggling a bit with their minions. Darwin's game, they do have the range, and they are really relying on to the long distance. Jazz opens up his shortcut, and this time around, K9 Esports are trying to go in. A bit of a flicker already gone for into the edge of the top. It's over the back lane. The Petrify combo was too much into the hands of Iron Bush. As of now, K9 Esports looking quite low, but the base was quite up win, and K9 Esports for the win.
Wonderful, like, oh my goodness. 4-man Petrify onto the back line, absolutely just stopping them and forcing them to recall back to base, while the rest of the members just mark down that Nexus, the main turret they need to win this game. And that is exactly how K9 reverse sweep the series, finishing off the league stage with a 2-1 win at 14 points into the leaderboard, right there at number 2.
There you go. What a match coming in. Looks like Silver this time around will be picking up the MVP. With the MVP, 82% of participation. Yup, he was there while trying to split push, and on top of that, he stayed when the team pulled up with the shortcut as well. That is also one of the reasons why he did manage to pick up an MVP today.
first game, you may have countered me with the Uranus. I wasn't able to farm so well onto the Ascension. I'll show you what I can do onto the Leomord instead. And he just very clearly showed how proficient he is on not one but more than one heroes. And if the Harley was open, I feel like he would have done the same. So we'll see how things go for the side of K9 but for now, they have qualified to the playoffs. Unfortunately for DJ, this is going to be it for them in this tournament. But they did put up an amazing fight, so huge props to every single member right there. For this game though, goal lead, tower, turtle, lord, everything was in the hands of Team K9.
That's true. That's true. What a game coming in from both the sides. K9 Esports 2 for 1. But I would love to see about the head-to-head as well. But before that, I like looking at the stats as of now onto the result page. Shane did try his best to keep the farm up, but unfortunately, with all the lords and the turtles gone away from the hands of Darwin's game, not possible.
Absolutely so, and yeah, look at that. The head-to-head, Misery did have more damage dealt, but then again, the tower focus from the side of K9 was like literally 10 times of what Team BG had. Look at the difference: 13,000 tower damage, and even Yesenshin doing the same thing, 12,000 onto his side. So that is one of the better factors that K9 had into this game, even though usually they love their team fights so much. But yeah, Silver just outshined the Suyo into this game, and that made quite a lot of difference. Even the Valier, Valier dominating the mid lane, look at the amount of damage, that's 64,000 as compared to a Jushin who is only at 40,000.
That's true. That's true. Look at that. The numbers are definitely crazy coming in from the side of Team K9 Esports. Darwin game, they try to play the late game. They try to give Misery the chance to shine as well. But in a way, Misery did not get the chance. You will be seeing why soon enough. But before that, I think both the tanks did an incredible job coming up with the Divine Judgment and the shortcut. But the shortcut is truly a surprise factor for these teams, since we have not seen Chip in such a long time. It's been seasons. So I think it's time for Chip to make a comeback towards meta.
Definitely, Chip can easily make a comeback. Highest GPM is going to be Silver, most assists Jazz, and highest damage, of course, Peekaboo onto that Valier. I mean, who needs those Lunox when you've got a Valier is what the statement Peekaboo made in this game. And Deadly, of course, highest damage taken on their Esmeralda. That was to be expected. But other than that, I think K9 played a wonderful team game this time around. And it worked out very well for them as they managed to secure that second point for themselves and win out the best of 3. And the main reason they did so well is because they played as a team, and it shows in the stats right there.
Definitely so. And looking at Silver's highest goal per minute, he was definitely thinking there was a YSS onto him and not a Leomord. So played out very well. Congratulations to Team K9. But looks like we will be having to end our stream given the fact that there's a forfeit. That means no next game. I know you guys were waiting for the game, but unfortunately that is going to be it. This was Team K9 versus Darwin's game, 2 for 1. And Sarah, any last words before we go?
Been an amazing league stage. Thanks to every single person who was involved in it, from the production to the management to the players, and of course you, the audience. So make sure to stay with Solace on our YouTube channel as well as our socials. We will be back with the playoffs very soon, so don't go anywhere.
It's an end.